Hi, this is Brandon from thirstgym.com. Today we're talking about an exercise called the seated box jump to depth drop. This is a great plyometric exercise used to develop some speed and some power. What you're going to need is you're going to need a box to sit on, a box to jump on, a little bit of open space so that you can land. Now, this is a great way to teach athletes how to brace as they approach the floor, land in a good athletic position, and prevent their butt from falling between their ankles. So we all see those athletes when they jump, and every time they land, they kind of look like this, right? We want to make sure that when they land, they're landing here in a good athletic position, so that way if they have to run, jump, change direction, whatever it is, they're in a good optimal position to do so, rather than landing here, and then they're not really in a good athletic position to do anything else, right? So another big concern too is just overall safety in terms of landing mechanics. So something that I would definitely make sure as a regression of this exercise is a standard seated box jump or just a regular depth drop in general to make sure that your athletes have that down, especially your younger populations. I know they run and jump and play all the time. However, we really want to make sure if we're going to try to improve their jumping abilities, they can land correctly to begin with. Once they've got that down, this is a great exercise to kind of pair those things together. So quick demo here. We're going to sit on the smaller box. Make sure the plyo box is good for your athlete. So again, they're not landing with their butt in between their ankles all the time. But we're going to sit this at a good distance. And with the seated box jump, we're going to lean back just a little bit, drive our feet into the ground as hard as we can. Cannot emphasize that enough. We do not want to spend a lot of time with our feet on the ground here. So what you'll see a lot of younger athletes do with this variation is when they go to jump, they're going to leave their feet here a long time, lean forward a lot, and really try to emphasize using their quads to jump. And again, there's nothing wrong with using your quads, you're going to have to, but we also want to teach them how to use their glutes and their hamstrings and not spend a whole lot of time on the ground. We want a quick ground reaction, push and go, and as long as we're sitting there for a long time, we're not going to be as reactive. So again, make sure you coach that up properly. They're still going to use the arms, and we do that lean back. I really just like it to be just enough that I can pop my feet, okay? We don't want to go into a big motion like this, all right? It's just going to be a pop, go, okay? Now, that's the seated box jump part. Then what we're going to do is we're going to walk over to the edge on the other side and then hit our depth drop. So we'll go here, good landing, step off, land in a good athletic position. I like to tell my athletes to stick it for at least a good 1 or 2 count. Really make sure they own that position. And they should look like a statue when they land it. What most athletes are going to do, we kind of talked about, when they go to do this jump, they're going to go here, like that, or they're going to land with their butt between their ankles. Make sure you coach that up. And then when they go to land, what they're going to try to do is they're going to try to land on their toes like this. Okay? We want to make sure they land flat-footed, good athletic stance in that position. That's also going to let us load the glutes and the hamstrings up eccentrically and get them strong as well. So usually what you're going to find, this box is probably going to typically be higher than their vertical, and that's entirely okay. Make sure you coach it up and build this box height up as appropriate. Since the depth drop is probably going to be the limiting factor, they should be able to handle it. However, the way most kids are going to jump, they're going to put a lot of effort into this and then let their butt sag through, especially that's the reason why you're picking this program variation. Because we've got 2 jumps, 2 plyometrics, in my opinion, into one exercise, make sure you track the amount of volume that you're doing on this. You don't want to do sets of 10 or anything like that. Usually 3 to 5 sets of about 2 to 4 reps is really, really good, because you got to think, so you're getting 2 every single time. That's really like doing 4 to 8 reps, and that's why we can have some lower work on the total sets. Obviously, you can ramp the intensity up as well by raising this up and making that depth drop harder, in which case you'd want even less because the intensity is higher. But if you got any questions about the specific plyometric variation, please feel free to leave it in the comment section. Thanks. Have a great day.